So you told me that something that came from the culinary school was the flowers.
Yeah, the pastry.
Can you expound on like learning that in culinary school, and then what made you incorporate that in your art?
Oh yeah, beautiful. Fucking pastry is so hard as fuck. I give commands to any bakers and any pastry artists because it is twice as hard than being like a regular chef and cooking anything. Because you're dealing with math now. Everybody knows when you deal with math, you gotta be precise. You can't skip no steps. Everything gotta be to the cue. You know what I mean? So I learned a lot of techniques in being in pastry. Pastry was actually one of my toughest courses in being in culinary school, just because of how attention to detail and measurements that you have to be. You know what I mean? And how much nurturing as well, and patience. Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? So that was just my overall experience in learning some techniques. I'm like, yo, this is pretty good. You know what I mean? So this is something I could take home, teach my niece, my nephew. We should do like baked apple roses and shit. I gotta show you that, bro. Them shit is amazing. Then once I got like more serious in my career as being an artist, started getting like more like notoriety. This was like, I remember I was in Chicago like 2015. And no, I was working at the art store. I was like, you know what? I want to try to build a cupcake, sculpt a cupcake out of acrylic paint. Like not using no modeling paste. I just want to use like thick acrylic paint and just like sculpt like a full 3D cupcake. I think that shit right there. Hold on, I'm gonna get that shit real quick. Hold on, bro. So yeah, so I try to build like a 3D cupcake out of using nothing but acrylic paint, golden acrylic paint. And as you can see, the whole base was cool, doing the whole topping was cool. But when it came to like doing like the flower topping, I was like, all right, cool. Because every time I did it, it kept swooping down. I'm like, damn, that's not gonna work. I gotta do these individually. Then I could put it on. Because I went through so many trial and error. I tried to do this shit, put this shit in the freezer. That shit didn't work. Put the shit by the heater, this shit didn't work. Well, yeah. Then I was like, yo, let me just, then I think I had one of these had fell down on the cardboard. I was like, let me just post it on the gram and shit, just falling through serendipity shit. Then I was chilling in Chicago. Then this dude emailed me. He was just, at that time, he was like a fashion stylist and shit. He was like, yo, bro, this is dope. He was like, yo, can you turn that into a brooch? And I was like, you know what, I could. Acrylic could do dry hard, you know what I mean? It's not that, shit, it's that. Once it dries, like that. I was like, Dexter, nigga start doing the calculating and shit. I was like, I was like, you know what, yeah. And he was like, how much? I was like, oh shit, how much? Like, I never did that before. Mine just like the first time.
Yeah.
And shit, I'm like, I was like $60. And shit, but I was scared and shit. It was like throwing a grenade. I was like, oh shit. You know, you try to ask your parents for some money and shit. You know, shit, they might yell at you for even asking and shit. So you gotta be brave and shit. So I'm like, yeah, I can do it, $60. He was like, bet, let me get 4 of them. I was like, shit, 60 times 4? Huh. You damn right I'm doing that shit. And that's what kind of started motivate me like to do that. And that's I kind of got inspired, started fine tuning it, elevating it, getting better at it. You know what I mean? Like the same with any of my skills and shit. Cause it's crazy how, well, they can see it, but that Mickey Mouse piece, that's actually what started my style and how I paint now. And doing this wild, call it the misconception and shit like that, bro. So hell yeah. Thanks to that dude giving me that confidence and believing in me and wanting to like invest. Yeah. That actually gave me more confidence too. Let me take this even more further.
Is he still a stylist to this day?
I don't know. This was like shit 2015. I gotta check back in my emails.
You remember the name?
Nah. I told you I'm not good with names.